Hi, my name is Bridget Wash and I teach at Berkmar High School in Lilburn, Georgia. And my advice, I'm reading question 3, which is the what is overrated question. My advice for students is you do you boo, which is write what you know and what you're passionate about. I read an essay about Yeezys that had passion and I rated highly. I read essays about Game of Thrones and professional baseball where kids had passion and voice and they were good essays. So whatever you do, please don't be boring. You do you and write what you know best.
Hi, I'm Sinead Turner. I teach at Montgomery Catholic in Montgomery, Alabama. And I'm on question 3, the argument question. My advice would be to make sure you always answer how and why. Make sure a lot of kids just do one or the other, but you need how and you need why. So make sure you hit both of those in your answer and you should be good.
My name is Janine Quimby. I teach at Ridge High School in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. I'm on question 1 this year, and I would offer students this piece of advice. Use the sources. Don't let the sources use you.
There you go.
My name is Spring McKinney. I teach at Helena High School in Helena, Alabama, which is a suburb of Birmingham, Alabama, and I am scoring Q3, the argument essay. And my advice for you is to make sure that you choose examples that are age appropriate. So if you are asked to write about the unknown, don't use The Little Mermaid as your example. And at the same time, if you are asked to write about something that is overrated, you don't choose adulthood, something that you don't know about yet.
Okay.
Hi, I'm William McGee from Upland High School in California. I read for question number 1 this year, and my advice to readers would be to think of the 6 sources as 6 people all having a conversation about a topic, and you just heard all 6 of them talk. You don't want to repeat what somebody just said. You want to enter into the discourse, into the conversation. You want to add your own say on what everybody has said. All right, good luck.
Hi, my name is Alicia Becker. I teach at Los Osos High School in Southern California. I read question 1 and question 3 this year. My advice is for question 1. One of the things that I've discovered is that the highest scoring essays, the ones that can hit an 8, they end up creating their arguments entirely based around counter arguments. Because if you talk about what's wrong with what the opposition is saying, then you automatically show that you understand rhetorical context, you understand audience, and so there's a sophistication that just happens by default. So instead of just talking about your position and why your position is right, start by talking about why the other side is wrong, and it'll take you a lot further. So good luck.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Patrick Niner, and I teach writing and literature at Florida Gulf Coast University. This year I scored question number 2, which is the rhetorical analysis, and my advice is to use what you know and don't use what you don't. If you're not sure what a rhetorical device is, for example, you don't know what alliteration really means, or if you're not sure you're quite sure what ethos is, don't use it, use something else. You don't get credit for just using the words, you get credit for using the words correctly. Thank you and good luck.
Hi there, my name is Sandy Jamison. I'm from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and the one piece of advice I would give, no matter what question you're writing, is try to do anything you can to infuse a little bit of yourself into it. When we're sitting there reading essay after essay after essay, the most refreshing thing is when we get an essay and we can hear a kid's voice, and nobody else but you could have written that, because you're bringing a little bit of yourself into something that hundreds of thousands of other kids are also writing.
Hi, I'm Carol Fitzpatrick. I teach at Andrean High School in Maryville, Indiana, and I'm reading the rhetorical analysis this year, question 2. And my big piece of advice: make your life easy. Look for the big picture. What are the most necessary, obvious choices that the speaker made in order to achieve his or her purpose, and then explain why. Don't worry about the little stuff.
My name is David Lawson. I teach at Center Grove High School in Greenwood, Indiana. I was on question 1, synthesis question, and my one piece of advice would be don't just include sources. Make sure that you use the sources to make your argument. Don't paraphrase them. Make sure that you're using them with some purpose. extend your argument, use them as a transition, argue with them, put them in conversation with each other. There's got to be a purpose for somebody else's language being in your essay.
Hello, Jeremy Kennedy from Greenbrier, Arkansas. I was on question 1, the synthesis question this year. And if I had one piece of advice, I would say it's not about how many sources you use, it's about the development. Like, you've got to use 3 sources, but you don't get extra credit for using all of them. Make sure you're developing all of your ideas completely. That's going to make a score a lot better than trying to use as many sources as possible.
Hi, my name is Noah Brewer and I teach at Carrollton High School. I was on question 2 this year, the rhetorical analysis question. And if I had one piece of advice, it would be to look for patterns in the passage rather than just stacking up observations about the devices that you see.
All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Thomas Tutt. I teach at Brewer High School in Fort Worth, Texas. I read question 3, the argument question, and my one piece of advice is make sure that you understand the task. It is not just an argument, it is an argument about something specific to a specific extent. So read the prompt carefully, make sure you understand the task.
All right, my name is Brad Dominy. I teach at Adamson High School in Dallas, Texas. I was on question 3. My advice to you is whenever you're going to move from one idea to the next, make sure that there's some relationship between the two, okay? You don't want to talk about ice cream and Kennedy.
All right, thank you.
Hello, I'm Zetta Whittington at Hoke High School, Rayford, North Carolina. I scored question 3 on being overrated. My piece of advice is to use credible evidence, even when you're explaining your own opinion. Thank you.
Hi guys, Reagan Kalaki from Edmond Memorial High School. I was on rhetorical analysis, and my best advice for you is to think of your thesis sentence as not a thesis, but rather an author's purpose statement. Forecast your claims and write well-developed paragraphs. Oh yes, and one last thing. Don't leave anything blank. It's terrible. It's a nightmare.
Hey, I'm Catherine Lowe from Elbrook High School, and I was on question 2, the letter that Gandhi wrote to Lord Irwin. And my advice would be really work on your thesis statement and tie your topic sentences back to it. You don't want to start a paragraph saying he uses diction and syntax, because everyone who writes does that. And that's what I saw more than anything that I think students could improve by working on their topic sentences and tying back to the purpose, the writer's purpose.
Hi, I'm Chris Gravina. I teach at Northern Virginia Community College, and I've also taught AP. So my advice to you is to make sure that you are not just repeating what sources say. I scored the synthesis, and I saw some really beautiful arguments that didn't go anywhere because all they did was tell me what the sources said and then repeat the claim they made at the top of the paragraph. You can't repeat the claim and call it commentary. So that explanation has to be full, and it doesn't have to be super complicated, but it has to say something and add something based on the source that you see.
Hi, my name is Jody Rice, and I teach in Toronto, Canada, high school. And my piece of advice, I read a bunch of questions because I read what are called the alternate questions. But my advice goes for anything, which is read the prompts really carefully and annotate them like a text before you even begin planning or writing your piece. Don't write without planning. But the prompts are designed to help you out. They're there to guide you. They have information that you can use, not to repeat, but to help you understand what exactly it is that you're supposed to do as a task and what the context is for the question. So use that information.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Waters, and I'm from the LA area, and I read question 3. My advice to you on question 3 is remember your audience. We're all English teachers, so you don't need to tell us the plot of The Great Gatsby because we know it. Focus on developing your own argument based on your knowledge and your experience, and be sincere and be authentic, and not do the best you can, and good luck.
Hi, my name is Andrea Jordan. I'm from Leesburg, Virginia. I teach high school. 2 pieces of advice. 1, always start with the easiest prompt first. one you know you're going to crush because you're going to have time left over for the harder prompt. 2, when you're working with evidence, you need more commentary and more analysis and less quotes. So that's my advice. Good luck next year.
Hi, my name is Lisa Wieland, and I teach at Assumption High School in Louisville, Kentucky. I was a reader for question 3, and my one piece of advice is please make sure you answer the question. Know what the question is asking. I read beautiful essays that didn't answer the question. Good luck!
Hi, I'm Celine McAllister. I teach at Palmetto High School in Anderson, South Carolina. I read question 3 this year. My advice would be, please do not begin your essay by copying the prompt.
Go.
All right. Hey y'all, I'm Christy Sidle. I teach at Suncoast High School in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I read question 2 this year. And my advice is to write as an authentic you. Write to the reader, write to the page. If you have to use a formula, start with that. But if you can start to move away from a formula, try to do that. I don't want to hear from a robot. I want to hear from you.